Hey everybody, this is Bill. Welcome in. Today we will talk some college football as the 2022 season is fast approaching. In this video, we will give you our predictions on the order of finish in the Big XII Conference, with a small preview of each team. So let's have a look. Folks, Kansas is once again picked to finish last in the conference, but make no mistake, this is an improving football team. No longer a Saturday afternoon pushover. Ask Texas about that. This team is well coached and is adding quality players to the team each year. 17 starters return this fall, and that does not include a successful run the Jayhawks had in the transfer portal. Now, standout running back Devin Neal is back, and via the portal comes in Kansas native Kai Thomas, who's transferring in from the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now, Lance Leipold is a very, very good football coach, and I expect Kansas to continue to improve. It's going to be interesting to watch their progress, but we do think they do end up in the cellar here in the Big 12. Coming in ninth, we have Texas Tech. The Red Raiders have always been able to score points, but now we have a new coaching staff under Jerry Maguire, and this is his first head coaching job. Now, Maguire has won the room, but although his previous stop did not run the pass-happy offenses that Tech usually employs, his offensive staff indicated they may actually turn it up a notch. Now, only 12 starters return, but there's enough production offensively and experience defensively to keep the Red Raiders as an exciting team fighting to gain positions in this highly competitive league. Coming in eighth, we have West Virginia. Neil Brown enters his fourth year in Morgantown, and there is some question as to whether his tenure has a bright future, as the Mounties have yet to turn the corner under his leadership. Now, 7 offensive starters return, including an experienced line and group of rushers and receivers. There are some holes, but the projected offensive success can cover up plenty. Georgia transfer quarterback J.T. Daniels will look to make waves at the position. Major holes exist on the stop side, however, particularly in the secondary. But West Virginia can build the unit around defensive tackle Dante Sills, who is an All-America candidate. At 7th, we have Texas Christian. There are changes at the top in Fort Worth as Gary Patterson has moved on, paving the way for former assistant Sonny Dykes to take over. Now, the Frogs lost some folks in the portal, but Dykes brought an all-AAC lineman with him from Southern Methodist, and the existing team returns plenty of players with starting experience. On offense, the returning production is significant, including some all-conference hopefuls, with all eyes on outstanding wide receiver Quentin Johnston, an All-America candidate. Travius Hodges Tomlinson, an All-America honors candidate in the secondary, leads the defensive unit. So the Horned Frogs might be really interesting to watch under new coach Sonny Dykes. I know I'll have my eye on them. Coming in 6th, we have Iowa State. The Cyclones were a dark horse playoff choice in some circles heading into the 2021 season, housing a veteran squad, but the team woefully disappointed, finishing 7-6, losing to Iowa along the way. So under the highly thought of Matt Campbell, Iowa State is sort of starting over with only 8 returning starters. Now, thankfully, Campbell has recruited well and has built the team for the long haul, their names. So there is exciting promise in the youth on this football team. The offense will look to talented wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson to lead the way. There are huge losses on the stop sign that will need to be plugged, but a pair of All-America candidates in defensive end Will McDonald and safety Anthony Johnson will help form a nice foundation there for the Clones. Coming in 5th is Kansas State. The Wildcats, who are a well-coached team, have a dangerous array of offensive skill talent, and they are poised to do some damage in the conference this year. The Cats welcome Nebraska transfer quarterback Adrian Martinez, who has shown flashes of brilliance canceled out by some poor decisions and the turnover bug. A new address could do wonders for 2AM. Deuce Vaughn is a very elusive skill player who can play running back or receiver, not to mention his All-America kick returning prowess. There are talented all-conference performers on each level of the defensive unit. So folks, watch these dark horse Cats. Keep an eye on them. At 4th place, we have Texas. There are quite a few questions for the Texas Longhorns heading into 2022. What we do know is that if the quarterback situation can settle, Texas has itself loaded with skill talent, including All-America running back Bijan Robinson and wide receiver Xavier Worthy. Did you see that guy play last year? Wow, he's outstanding. Now, improvement defensively and establishing some solid offensive line play will need to figure prominently if the Longhorns are going to contend for the championship in the Big 12 race. Texas can beat some folks, so we do consider them dangerous in the conference, but we don't think they have enough all around to win the conference. Third, we got Oklahoma State. In the past 5 seasons at Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy has had 5 winning seasons, and 4 of those have 8+ wins, really hitting the stride last year with that big win in Bedlam and a 12-win campaign. Plenty of offensive production returns for the Pokes, but they'll have to win a big one on the road, as both Baylor, and this Baylor coming off a bye, and Oklahoma are both big road tests. We think 2 losses seems about right, but the Big 12 is better than most think, and the grind will be real. So we'll settle at 9-3 for Gundy and Okie State with a 3rd place finish in the conference. Oklahoma is second. Wow, the changes at Oklahoma are substantial, all ignited when Lincoln Riley bolted for Southern Cal. Several key players on the Sooners hit the transfer portal with a good handful, most notably quarterback Caleb Williams, following Riley to the Trojans. So the Sooners welcomed in highly regarded Clemson defensive coordinator Brent Venables, a former Oklahoma assistant, to take over in Norman. This is Venables' first stint as a head coach, but hey, it worked out good for Bob Stoops. Now, Sooner fans like Venables, so he will start his tenure with plenty of goodwill. Now, can Oklahoma come into the Texas State Fair 5-0? If so, they could finish 11-1. But we think there are too many transitional pains along the way here, so we're going to call 9-3 for the Sooners. Not quite to the top of the conference this year, but they'll be there in the future for sure. We have the Baylor Bears winning the Big 12 Conference this year. For those inclined to short futures on the projected win totals for the Bears in 2022, you may want to rethink that strategy. The Bears are a veteran team in the right places, the lines of scrimmage, which under Dave Aranda has exhibited a high level of physicality. This gives the Bears a big advantage. Baylor is very well coached and strong where it counts, and that maximizes their style of play. However, although they lack proven skill talent and they do face a challenging slate, we think the Bears are the favorites to win the Big 12 in 2022. Well, folks, that's our Big 12 preview. Do we have the projected order of finish on target? Please give us your thoughts in the comments section. We would love to hear from you. We just can't wait to put shoe to leather and kick this 2022 football season off. It's going to be really exciting. You can follow us on Facebook at The Color and Pageantry. Appreciate that. And we thank you for taking time out to watch. We'll see you next time.